This is a question that has puzzled philosophers and scientists for centuries. If we all agree that time exists, why does it seem like only some of us are able to use it wisely? Are we simply not utilizing our time effectively? Or is there something more to this phenomenon? Is there an actual paradox of time that dictates how we experience its passage? What if I told you that what you perceive as the passing of time might not be real? That the ticking clock on the wall and the steady march of the calendar might just be an illusion, a figment of your imagination? What if time is not passing at all? Instead, it's always now a single eternal moment. This may sound like the ramblings of a madman. Stay with me, because the implications of such a revelation could be nothing short of revolutionary. Our intuitive understanding of time is that it is a river that flows steadily forward from the past through the present to the future. We think of time as a tick-tock on the clock, a constant reminder of our mortality. As each second passes, we feel like we are getting older, moving closer to our inevitable end. But what if this perception of time is nothing more than an illusion? A story our brains tell us to help us navigate the world around us? In this video, we will explore the idea that time is not passing at all. Instead, it's always now. This concept, known as the present moment, has been explored by various philosophers over the years. Some have embraced it, while others have rejected it. But the question remains, is there any truth to this idea? Is our experience of time nothing more than a trick of the mind? Let's delve into the fascinating world of time perception and find out. Have you ever noticed that time seems to pass differently in different places? A vacation day can feel like a fleeting moment, yet a week stuck in traffic can feel like an eternity. Why does time seem to stretch and shrink at will? It's not because these periods actually lasted different amounts of time, but because our minds perceive them differently. When we're having fun, time flies. When we're bored, time crawls. What determines how we perceive the passage of time? According to experts, it comes down to two factors: our level of engagement and the predictability of our environment. Time seems to slip away when we are engrossed in something enjoyable, because we are not constantly aware of the clock. On the other hand, when we are bored or stuck in a routine, time seems to slow down because we have nothing else to distract us from the relentless ticking of the clock. Consider, for example, a child staring at a clock waiting for school to end. Each tick of the clock seems to take forever. In contrast, a student engaged in a fascinating lecture doesn't even notice the clock on the wall. The brain has a remarkable capacity to selectively filter out distractions, so that we can focus on the task at hand. This is why time appears to speed up during a thrilling movie. We are so absorbed in the plot that we lose track of the time. But what happens when we try to measure this time? According to some physicists, time is not a thing that can be measured. They believe that our experience of time is subjective, and that any attempt to measure it is futile. But most scientists disagree. They argue that time is a physical quantity that can be measured using clocks, and that our experience of time is simply a byproduct of our biological makeup. So why then do we experience time differently in different situations? Scientists believe that this is due to the limitations of our biological clocks, which evolved to keep track of day and night cycles rather than more precise measurements of time. The circadian clock, located in the suprachiasmatic nucleus of the brain's hypothalamus, controls sleep-wake cycles and other bodily functions. However, it cannot accurately measure time intervals shorter than a day. For example, if you spend 40 hours working without sleep, your internal clock will still register 24 hours. This is why people who work long hours sometimes feel like they're living in fast-forward mode. Their internal clocks are struggling to keep up with the amount of time that has passed. Our inability to accurately perceive short time intervals is also why eyewitness testimony can be unreliable in court. People's memories of events are often distorted and inaccurate. When it comes to time, our brains make educated guesses based on our experiences and knowledge of the world. This is why it's easy to fool someone's sense of time by changing their environment. For example, if you show someone a clock with hands that move quickly, they will perceive time as passing more quickly than if they are shown a clock with hands that move slowly. Similarly, if you put someone in a room with a regular rhythm of light and sound, they will perceive time differently than if they were in a room with an irregular rhythm. So what does all this mean for our understanding of time? Does it mean that time is nothing more than a trick of our minds? Not necessarily. While our experience of time is subjective and influenced by our surroundings, it is still rooted in reality. The fact that we all experience time in a similar way, even if our perceptions differ, suggests that there is a shared reality that we are all experiencing together. Imagine, for example, that you and a friend are watching a movie. You both become engrossed in the plot and lose track of time. When the movie ends and you check your phones, you realize that 3 hours have passed. Even though your individual experiences of time were different, you both emerged from the movie at the same time, because time is still governed by physical laws regardless of your perceptions. So is time passing, or is it always now? The answer is both and neither. Time is passing in the sense that the universe is constantly changing. However, the only time that is real is the present moment. Past and future are nothing more than projections of our imagination based on our experiences and knowledge of the world. Consider a river flowing toward the sea. The water molecules that make up the river are constantly changing as they interact with their environment. However, at any given moment, only one molecule is in the present. The molecules that have not yet reached that point in the river are in the future, while those that have passed that point are in the past. Similarly, we humans are like molecules in a river. We exist in a constant state of change, but only the present moment is real. The past is gone and the future is yet to come. However, the present moment is not simply a static instant. It is a dynamic process that includes our experiences, thoughts, and emotions. In other words, time is passing, but there is no such thing as the passing of time. Only the present moment exists. We are creatures of habit, aren't we? Our lives revolve around clocks and calendars, deadlines and appointments. But what if all these artificial markers of time are nothing more than illusions? A mirage in the desert of eternity? What if the only real time is the present moment, the now? Don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that we abandon our schedules and throw ourselves into the chaos of the world without any sense of direction. After all, we do live in a society that values efficiency and productivity. But perhaps at S-time, we take a step back and appreciate the absurdity of our obsession with time. Think about it. We spend a third of our lives asleep, a quarter reacting to stress, and a significant portion simply trying to make ends meet. How much time do we really have to pursue our passions, connect with loved ones, or simply enjoy the beauty of life? And yet we remain obsessed with measuring and controlling time as if our lives depend on it. It's time we reclaim our lives from the clutches of the clock. Let us break free from the shackles of deadlines and appointments and embrace the beauty of the present moment. Who knows? We might just discover that we have more time than we ever imagined. So what are you waiting for? Start living in the now and see where it takes you. You never know what wonders await. You might also like to watch another video on my channel which explores the mystery of parallel universes. Do we really live in a multiverse? Or is it just a figment of our collective imagination? You can also watch a video on whether we are alone in the universe. There are billions of galaxies out there, each containing billions of stars. Are we really alone in this vast universe? Join the conversation and let your voice be heard. Your support means everything to us. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more amazing content. Until next time, keep thinking, keep questioning, and keep exploring the great paradox of time. What do you think? Is time passing, or is it always now? Let us know in the comments below.